Hi everybody, I'm Beth in Texas, and this video I'm just going to make it a little vlog. I'm going to start out with what am I crocheting? Well, the first thing, I recently did a video on the Scrappy Happy Circles-in-Square pattern, and I finished a ASL ABC blanket for my son Ryan. It's all done with single crochet Intarsia, and I will put all the information on where you can get the pattern for this and the link to my how to do the single crochet Intarsia video that I have for you. It's a very simple heart pattern, but there's a lot of scraps left over from making that afghan, and I had some other scraps from other projects too. So I have made a bunch of these Scrappy Happy Circles-in-Square, and I'm in the process of making many more. I have a basket full of yarn right here in front of me for putting together more of them. So that's the Scrappy Happy Circles-in-Square, and I have a bunch of squares made for that. Another thing I love to make are mother bears. If you've never heard of Mother Bear, you go to motherbearproject.org. And they have photo albums from different countries that are where children are affected by the AIDS epidemic, and these mother bears are donated to these children, and they're given directly to the children, and there's proof that they actually go to the children by the photographs they have all through the website, and it will stir your heart to see that. And there are ways to help. You can knit a bear, you can crochet a bear, or you can donate, or you can go to one of the places where they have the events where they take and process the bears that are sent to them. And once they process them, they make sure all the tails are tucked in, that there's no holes, that they're stuffed properly, and then when they're finished and inspected, they take the bear and they'll sew a little heart right here on their shirt to show the children that these were made with love. And it's really special when your bears are spotted in those albums. I have a few of them that were spotted that I made, and I will again put a picture right here of a couple of them, of the children holding the bears. This mother bear I made is one that I did on the knitting loom. I took the knitting pattern. You have to pay $5 to get the patterns, and the money goes back into the charity. And plus it includes bear fare, which is the shipping cost it takes to send the bear to Africa. And then for each bear, I think you send $4 for each bear that you ship. And I'm always waiting until I fill up my priority mailbox, and then I'll do a shipment of probably about 10 bears at a time. But this bear I did, like I said, I did this on the Kiss loom, and my doggy thought it was a toy for him. I had a tote bag full of my bears because I took them to the senior center to show the ladies what they looked like. And I left them on the chair, and my little miniature dachshund, little naughty Clyde, got a hold of her and chewed her ears off. So I ended up putting a lifeline around her head and cutting off the top of her head and re-knitting her forehead from her eyes up and finishing her off. And then I took her and washed her, and there was actually a pencil mark on her shirt, and I managed to get that out too. So she don't have a bow on her head anymore because the puppy ate that, but here she is. I'll finish. This is the one that I've done on the Kiss loom. Tails, okay. My pastor and his wife are adopting 2 children. They've had them since, well, the little girl since she was a baby, and then the little boy since he was a toddler. And they're finally getting the adoption. 2 kids are so excited about getting adopted, and they're going to have a party. So if my pastor and his wife were going to have a baby, I would make them a baby blanket. Well, these kids are 8 and 10 years old, so I decided And I asked their mother, you know, if she would rather them have these or a game board afghan or a more traditional blanket. And she loved the idea of the mermaid tail and the shark blankets. So I'm almost finished with the mermaid tail. I just need to wait for the measurements of the little girl. I think this is probably going to be finished for her. But this one here is the, let me find the first page here, Mermaid Tail crochet pattern. I bought it on Ravelry. And it is by Crochet by Jennifer. The lady's name is Jennifer Daughtry. And you can find it on Ravelry. And it was just last revised in March, so it's all updated and everything. But the thing I like about this pattern over the free ones is you get different sizes. You can do from an infant size all the way up to an adult size. Plus the cool thing, let me show you, is the tail is a pocket. So she could put her feet in here and wiggle them to make the mermaid tail move the way she wants to. So I thought she'd enjoy that. I am using the, what's it called? I love this yarn. You get the yarn up here so you can see it. You use it double-stranded, and this is, I love this yarn, and the color is 110 turquoise for the lighter color, and then I strand it with, I love this yarn, metallic in peacock. So the two together, the metallic has a metallic silver thread running through the yarn, and it's still soft. I've gotten some that are metallic and it's itchy, but I love this yarn. It's still soft in spite of the metallic thread in it. So that's something to consider. Okay, so yes, this just is so cute and a lot of fun. And with these mermaid tail, with this one here, it's not closed up all the way to the back. It's just, I want to say 8 inches above where it's gathered for the tail. It opens up like this. So it's more like a blanket. You just tuck your feet in. The shark, I have not decided for sure which pattern I'm going to use. So I bought Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, and I bought it in the mounts for the mermaid tail. It should work out. And I got a light gray and a dark gray. Let's see, this one here is Gray Mist, and this one's Gray Beard. And I'll double strand it. That's what my plan is to make him a shark blanket and her a mermaid tail. In addition to my YouTube videos, I teach at a local shop in Ennis called Kindred Soule Marketplace, and it's on Knox Street in Ennis. And about twice a month I will have a class there, and my next class is going to be crochet rose pins, and that's going to be tomorrow. I've done 3 beginning crochet classes so far, and I've had different numbers of people at each one. I am also, in addition to teaching, I like to learn. And other hobbies that I do besides crocheting and knitting, I also like to paint ceramics. I like to spin, which is using a spinning wheel or a drop spindle to spin wool or other fibers into yarn. One thing I haven't tried is dyeing. I just picture making a big mess and having blue hands, you know, that kind of thing for dyeing. But there is going to be on October 28th to 30th, Chicks Pack and Sticks is going to have a Baa Baa Indigo Retreat. It's going to be at Lone Oak Ranch in Gainesville, Texas. So I'm excited about this retreat. And I don't have a roommate yet, and I understand that there might be a couple slots left. I think there's only room for 25. So if you want to join me on this retreat here in North Texas, sign up right away. And one of the things for that retreat they're doing is they're going to donate to the NICU for bereavement blankets. And so I started it, and they want them to be 20 inches by 20 inches. So this is what I've started. I'm using the Midwife blanket pattern. And I've made it smaller than the written pattern. I'll have a link below the video to the Midwife blanket pattern. And I made it 5 blocks wide. And I think the regular pattern is 8 or something like that. It's bigger. So and it goes this way. And this will get a border on it. When it's done, there'll be a little scalloped edge. So that's another thing I'm working on. I like to paint ceramics. And I don't have all the things that I've made here. So at the end of the video, I'll do a slideshow of some things. I'll do pictures of the mother bears that I've done in the past, and I will also put some of my ceramics, images of my ceramics up that I've done. But this is one of my more recent pieces that I've done. This is a little dog, and it's a treat jar for little snaps for training your pets. I just thought it was so cute. And all I did to do the little paws, I used the sponges. They have different sizes, and I just dipped it in the glaze and I stamped it onto here to make the little paws. And then I decided to add a little heart on his nose right there. So this is one of my more recent ceramic pieces. This one was one of the real easy ones to do. I've done some intricate stuff too. Another thing that I've done in the past is I've worked in a silk flower shop where I've made flower arrangements and wedding bouquets and things like that. So while I was in Walmart, I gotta tell you my Walmart story. If you watch me this long, you probably won't mind hearing a Walmart story. I went to Walmart to get cedar chips. If you have a cedar lined chest or a cedar chest, do not use mothballs in it. I'm saying it's here now. Just don't do it. The cedar is naturally a natural insect repellent, so there is no need for mothballs in a cedar chest. I say that because I went online in one of the Facebook swap, sell, and trade groups, and I bought a cedar lined chest from a lady that's local here, and she told me that it smelled of mothballs, but it was by Lane Furniture. It's a really good, heavy piece of furniture. And I need a chest in my living room to put some blankets and pillows in. If you crochet, you have afghans. And if you have afghans, you got to put them somewhere. Well, I got it home, and it reeks so much of mothballs that I can't put anything in it right now. So I wanted to get some cedar chips to put in there to help revive the smell of the cedar. Well, couldn't find any. I asked somebody that worked there, and they took me to where the hangers and stuff are, and they have these cedar discs that you put around the coat hanger to help your closet smell better. So I bought a package of those, but he told me, he works over at Lawn and Garden, but he took me all the way over to where these hangers were. But he told me to get some sandpaper and just sand down the cedar lining of it to revive this cedar smell and to get rid of the mothball smell. So I'm going to probably have to put a mask on and go in there and sand the inside of that cedar chest. So the whole purpose of Walmart was to get things to dissipate that smell of mothballs out of that chest. Well, of course, if you go to Walmart, you have to look at all the clearance department and the seasonal department to see what's new and all that. And I also went out to the Lawn and Garden Center because I thought I might find some chunks of cedar out there, but they didn't have any. but they did have outdoor throw pillows. Well, if you have dogs like mine, no matter how much you want to train them to stay off the furniture, they don't. So I got one of those couch covers and put it over the couch. Well, Clyde is a dachshund and he burrows, so he'll burrow under the couch cover anyway. So basically I have to use lint rollers or vacuum my couch often to keep the dog hairs at bay. But another thing he does is to get comfy on the pillows, he'll scratch and scratch and scratch at them, or he'll chew them. And I end up with pillow fluff all over my living room all the time. And I'm not going to pay $15, $20 for a pillow that the dog's going to eat. Out in the Lawn and Garden Center, they had throw pillows for outdoor furniture, which are more durable. And they were only $5. Well, you buy a dog toy for $5, right? So I got these. These are not fall colors because they're for summer lawn furniture, but these are the colors that are in my craft room. So I got this one, and it kind of looks like a crochet ripple blanket, doesn't it? So I thought that was cute. And then this one, it's not exactly drop in the pond, but it kind of makes you think of drop in the pond. So I got those, and I'll put them on my window seat here. And then for behind my back, I found these partridges. They are really cute. And these pillows were each $5. So, you know, I was thinking of giving these partridges names of my best friends. But then because they're going to be behind my back, they're going to always be, they always got my back, right? So anyway, that is some of the stuff I got at Walmart. But then while I was in Lawn and Garden, I saw, well, also back in the crafts department, they had the fall flowers. So I'm going to put more pictures up here because I'm not going to carry my camera through the house and outside to show you these pictures. I bought these flowers thinking I was going to put them on my mailbox, but they're just too big to deal with for that. So I put them in a vase instead, and I made a bow for it. Thing I don't have in there are the marbles to keep it from tipping over. I still need to do that. Well, before I checked out at Walmart, they had a wreath hanging there. At the end of the checkout, it was perfect, the one that I wanted. And I added some of the ribbon to it that I used in the flower arrangement. Then I went to Dollar Tree. It's right next to Walmart there in Ennis. And they had some fall flowers. And they were garlands. And I thought, that is what I need for my mailbox, the garlands. So I got that and a couple spools of ribbon. And I decorated my mailbox. It's not quite what I pictured in my head it to look like, but I think it'll do all right. And it's outside, and we're supposed to get rain this weekend, so hey. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I didn't ramble too long. It's just how I am. I talk. I like to talk. And sometimes when I make my teaching videos, I have to do a lot of editing because I talk too much in them. So anyway, happy crocheting, and I will see you next time.